Today I'm going to be sharing with you how you can use the foil transfer tip to both transfer foil and do some embossing. I did all of this on my brand new xTool M1 Ultra machine because it's not your average laser machine. It is a craft and laser machine combination, and it has the ability to take this tip right here to make all of these beautiful foil and embossed items. The embossed items are a little difficult to see, but you can see the foil, and it even has the ability to transfer something and then cut it out afterwards if you'd like, with the dual cartridge system, which is how we made this card. So let's go ahead and take a look a little bit more closely at how we made all of these projects. All right, so let's learn how to install our embossing tool. It's super important that this little arrow that we have that's pointing up is facing forward. Otherwise, it will not work, as I learned. So we're going to take off the front cap. Then we're going to pull on this little silver lever on the side to open it and remove our other tool that we were using. To be careful because it was the rotary tool, which is slightly sharp. So we're going to take this and we're going to make sure, see this little arrow? We need to make sure that this is pointing in the same direction, facing forward. Then we're going to close the side pieces and put on our cap, and that's it. It is that easy to switch out your tools with the xTool M1 Ultra. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with our foil transfer tip, but we're not gonna be doing foil transfer for our first project. We're gonna just do some embossing because it's much easier to do that than working with the foil transfer. So over on the right-hand panel, we're going to go down to where it says lasering on flat surface, and we're going to select the foil transfer tip. Now, I need to see what is inside of my machine, so I'm going to click Shoot Background. I'm going to click Obtain Background, and then I'm going to use my phone to take a capture of what is inside of the machine. Once I've taken the picture on my phone, I'm going to click Send to Computer, scan the QR code, and as you will see, it will update in real time. So now we need to put in our design. So in the upper left-hand side, I'm going to click Image, and I have a bunch of different images that I've saved that can be used with the embossing tool or with the pen tool. And for the pen tool, I know that I had some really pretty simple flowers and hearts, so I'm just gonna go ahead and find, okay, so I'm gonna do this one right here. I'm going to click Open, say Yes, Scale to Fit, but I don't want all of these designs. So I'm gonna click it and go right click to go to Ungroup. And I'm going to pick one of these nice tall designs here. So I'm going to do this flower. And I'm going to just shrink it down slightly. All right, so on the right-hand panel, I'm going to click Easy Set Panel. And I'm going to make this pressure 360. And then my speed's going to be 30. That is the suggestion coming from xTool. As all of us learn how to do this, the settings will become part of this system. You know how you can look up your example settings? Well, this will all be in there. But for right now, because I'm one of the beginner testers, we don't have that yet. So I just have an example from xTool. So let's try this 360 and 30. And then I lost power to my machine. So you'll notice that my screen changes here slightly because it no longer had the screen capture, but I hadn't changed anything in the machine. So I did not re-screen capture it because honestly, I didn't even notice that that had changed. But here is what the next steps are. All right, so we are ready to send this over to the M1 Ultra to emboss. So in the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to click the Process button. This will bring up a preview. And then I will hit Start, and I'll show you what it looks like over in the actual machine. All right, we are ready to start. I'm going to push my Start button. The tool will now begin to emboss. I will show you what the final product looks like at the end. All right, and it is all finished. So now I'm going to go ahead and test some foil instead. So what we're going to do is I first need to get a look at what is in my background. I do need to change this. On the right hand panel it says we're lasering because I've opened a new file, but we're actually going to be doing our foil transfer tip. I will select that, And now I need to click shoot background and use my phone to shoot an image of what is happening inside of our M1 Ultra. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and send this to the computer, scanning the code, and you will see it now appear here. Okay, so what we're gonna do for this very simple foil transfer is I wanna keep it really easy because this is the first time I've ever used foil transfer. So we're gonna go up here and click on image, and I'm gonna pick something really simple. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a congratulations. Okay, this one's perfect. It's just this cute little congratulations with like a little diamond, which would actually make a really cute card. Okay, now I need to get my foil transfer on top, but I need to make sure it's secure because otherwise it's gonna move all around, which is going to ruin the design. So I'm going to open up my lid and I'm going to place it in there. I've got some painter's tape, which I'm going to use. How naive I am with the foil, in the fact that before I even put this down, I accidentally hit it on my sticky mat. So make sure you don't do that. We're gonna try this method with using the painter's tape to see how this goes. So let's shut our machine. Okay, we are going to highlight our congrats. We are doing a line transfer. We're gonna click the Easy Set panel. Now, again, this is kind of like a trial and error thing. xTool has given me a couple settings and we're gonna try one that they suggested. So they suggested that we do 360 for pressure. And we are going to do 30 for our speed. All right, we're all set. I'm going to click process. Okay, so we're ready to click start, and then I'm going to show you over in our machine what it looks like. All right, we have the go ahead. We've had the beep. We're going to click the start, and let's see how it goes with the painter's tape and the foil. I will show you the finished product once it is done. So this is what it looks like with the foil paper, but I'm going to go ahead now and I will remove it and then show you what it looks like underneath. Okay, so it's beautiful. This video is not going to do it justice. I will now tell you that officially I want to gold foil all the things. I'm not sure why I've never gold foiled before, but this is absolutely stunning. Now I want to do this to like every single card and thing that I do. Anyways, so now let's go gold foil some more things because this is beautiful. Seriously, the video does not do it justice. I wish that I could show you just how pretty that shimmer and shine is. Okay, so I wasn't kidding when I said I want to gold foil all the things. So now we're going to go ahead and do a gift bag. So I do need to capture what is inside of my screen. So I'm going to click shoot background. Okay, I'm going to send it to the computer by scanning the QR code. All right, so now we have the gift bag. As you can see, my little remnants of my gold foil mistake. So I think I'm going to make a Christmas bag. So in here, I'm pretty sure somewhere I saved a Christmas thing because I thought it would be really fun. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you would be really cute too. So congratulations. But I feel like somewhere I do. There it is. Merry Christmas. Okay. Again, this is from Creative Fabrica. I do have an account, so it makes it really easy. So I don't want it to go down too low because I know it gets a little thicker there, and I don't want it to be uneven because of the pressure of it maybe being thicker underneath. So we're going to put this, oops, I'm editing points on accident. So now I'm going to highlight this. I need to go to, I realize that I'm on the wrong setting. We'll click processing. We're going to click foil transfer tip. I wish I had saved my settings, but that's okay. So I'm going to highlight this or select it, go to the Easy Set panel. This is a total guess because but I'm assuming it's going to be kind of similar to just the regular paper. So we are going to do 360 for pressure and 30 for speed. And actually, let me save this. So we're going to say this is foil card stock. So I'm going to go ahead and click the process button and then show you over in my M1 Ultra what it looks like. We're going to click start. So we are all ready to begin. I have taped down my foil again. I'm going to click my start button and we're going to let it go to work. This design is definitely going to take longer. So we're going to let it do its thing and then I will show you what it looks like after. This is what it looks like after it's done this. And guess what? I messed up with my tape placement. But I'm a little worried up here because it did break through. The pressure may have been a little too much. So once I take this off, we will see what our final results are. Final results, it is still totally beautiful and usable. It did mess up a little there, but it's a learning curve. And you know what it was? It was actually the handles on the other side of the bag. So if I do this again in the future, not if, when I do it again in the future, I just need to make sure that my design on a bag does not fall on top of those handles. But it is absolutely stunning. I'm telling you, the video does not do it justice, just how much it is shimmering. All right, so I wanted to be able to try our multi-module processing. Over in the right-hand panel, you're going to scroll down to where it says multi-module. What we're gonna do is we are going to cut and also use the gold foil at the same time. I'm gonna do it to make a simple card because I thought that would be kind of an easy test. So first I'm going to get my rectangle tool and I'm going to make this a 5x8 card. Oh, and see here the link, we're gonna unclick that because I don't want to contain or lock my aspect ratio. So I have a 5x8 card. And then I'm going to actually duplicate this. And this time, I'm going to make, it's still height is 5, but I'm going to take my width and make it 4. And there is a reason I'm doing this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to align them on the right and I'm going to align in the center. And the reason I do this is I'm going to place a design on here and I want to make sure that that design is centered and I'm going to center it to this object, to this rectangle, and then I'll delete it. So let's go ahead and go find a design. I have a couple different options. We could do like this cute little thank you card. I think that might be a lot for it to do because it's not thin. Let's do this thinking of you. All right, so we're going to take this thinking of you and we're going to shrink it down. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit more. And then I'm actually going to go in and we're going to click this again. I actually have somewhere in one of these, I have some like cute little hearts. All right, so we're going to go ahead. Here it is. We're going to insert these hearts and I'm going to say scale to fit. And I obviously am not going to take all of these. I'm going to right click and go to ungroup and I'm going to delete this one, delete these guys, this one. We're going to delete these little lines. Okay, and we're going to decide out of these which one we want to do. I want to figure out which one kind of fits into here. Thinking I might do this one if I shrink it down a little. So I think we'll just do this cute little heart here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take the thinking of you and this heart and we're going to group it. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to take the smaller of the two rectangles and I'm going to align it in the center. And I'm going to align it in the vertical center. And now I can take this and erase it. So now I need to do my two different settings. So first I'm going to click the outside rectangle and I'm going to say that I want to do the fine point blade for cutting. And I'm not doing heat transfer vinyl, so we're going to be doing paper. So I had to find my settings for my paper. So to do that, I'm going to click Set Material. Make sure that underneath of your multi-module processing for the paper, you have your fine point blade selected and fine cut. So we're going to do 175 and then 300 for our blade. And then for our thinking of you, we need to switch it to our foil transfer tip. And we are going to use our settings that we already have. So over here on the right-hand side, I can go down to foil cardstock because I'm still going to be using cardstock. I need to make sure that I put the foil in the proper placement for this. So I know that I need to do it about halfway mark, and up here it shows you. So I need to do it starting around just after 4 and then about to 8.5. So I'm going to go ahead and place my foil on now and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I put my foil only on half, and And we're going to see how this works because we're going to be cutting and we're going to be embossing. So it's definitely something that I've not done before, and I think I would like to see how it works with doing both. I'm going to click the green process button in the upper right hand corner. It is telling me the 2 different blades that I need to have in, which it is checking to see whether or not I can do that. Now go ahead and click the start button. So it's going to process both blades to make sure I have the correct ones in, and I do, which is really exciting. So we're going to go ahead and do step 1. So let's record it. All right, I'm over here on my M1 Ultra. We're going to hit the start button. I assume it's going to emboss first, and yes, it is. It is going to emboss first. I will show you what this looks like once it is done. It just started cutting on its own. I thought I was going to have to do something, and I almost missed videoing it. I'm so upset that I did almost miss it. But it started cutting immediately on its own, and I had to do nothing on my computer. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the final product looks like. And the video just doesn't do it justice, but it created a beautiful card that I can now put in my card stash, ready to send. And it cut it, and it did the foil in the same time. All right, so I love this thing. So I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do a couple other tests just to see how it goes. I think I'm going to do a bookmark, and then I am going to maybe do like one of the chip card tags that I have, which I know if you've been watching any of my series, you see I've been using those a lot. But I like to just test it because it's thicker, and it's nice to see how it works on thickness. So I'm going to go ahead and get a screen capture of what's going on. So I'm going to click Shoot Background. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send it to my computer, scanning my QR code. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to do a little design on my bookmark. I'm not going to put the foil on though until I make sure it's in a place that I like. So I think I'm going to do one of these little pretty flower designs. I'm going to say yes to scale it. I'm going to right click and say ungroup. I did this one. I've done this one. I did this one. Okay, I think I'm going to do maybe this one. Let me see if I shrink it down. All right, and then maybe I think I'm going to add in, and I'm going to write my name. So I'm going to do Laura. And I'm going to go over here to my text and find one of my single line text. Let's try this one. I think that one matches really well. So we need to switch our mode to our foil transfer tip. We're going to highlight this, and I'm going to say foil cardstock because I do think the bookmark feels about cardstock. All right, and the upper right hand side, we're going to click process. I'm going to click start, and I'm going to show you with my other camera what it looks like. I have my foil taped over top my bookmark. All right, so we're going to click start. We're going to let it do its thing. I will come back and show you the final product. So this is what the final bookmark looks like. I'm not sure that the light is doing it justice, but as you can kind of see, it really shines and glitters. This would be a really cute addition to any sort of gift, especially if you were giving a book. I'm going to go ahead and do a design on some chipboard. I accidentally forgot to record my design process, but that's okay. And I've already done framing. It's ready to go. So the only thing I need to do now is to put a little bit of foil onto my tag. And then I definitely had to do different settings. So I tested this before and it did not work with the cardstock settings because it was definitely too thick. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to try testing it with the wood settings for like simple thin wood, because I think chipboard is probably closer anyways to wood than it is to paper. So we're going to go ahead and give this a try and see if this works, because I think it would be really pretty if it does. And it's not like the paper didn't work. It did take. So like the design was there in some spots, but not in others because it messed up. It ripped through the paper. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna test this with the wood settings to see if it does any better. So let me click the process button and then I'll show you over in the M1 Ultra. We're all taped, we're ready to hit the start button. So let's see if this does any better. So far it's definitely doing better than the last one was. So I have high hopes. I will show you the finished product. So the foil came out really beautifully on the chipboard using the wood setting. This video does not do it justice just how beautiful this shimmer is. So I will definitely be making tags using the foil because this is awesome. And that's it. This is just a small example of the many projects that you can create using the foil tip transfer to either transfer foil or do some beautiful embossing.